Hi guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 5. Today I'm going to give you guys some good book recommendations that are my personal favorite. I'm so excited. First category, we're going to do sports romances, no spice. I have 3. First one is Rival Darling by Alexandra Moody. It looks like Icebreaker, which I heard of is a very spicy romance book, but no, this is the opposite. This is so cute. It is YA. Look how cute. This is part of the Darling Devil series because I think is he the captain? Let me read the blurb to you. When Violet is left heartbroken by the captain of her school's ice hockey team, she vows never to date a jock again. But to prove she's moved on, she turns to the most unlikely person, her ex's biggest rival, the notorious captain of the Ransom Devils, which is another high school's hockey captain. Reed Darling is gorgeous, mysterious, and intimidating. The only thing people love to talk about more than his hockey skills are his exploits as a ruthless heartbreaker and bad boy. Who better to serve as Violet's fake boyfriend until her ex gets the message right? But Violet soon starts to wonder if there's more to Reed than the gossip suggests. And Reed is determined to win her over and show her he's not the guy everyone thinks he is. Is this jock about to make Violet break all her rules? This is a series because it's the 3 brothers. What's his last name? Reed Darling. That's why it's the Darling Devils, because all 3 brothers are part of the Ransom Devils hockey team. And it's actually so cute. I listened to this audiobook and I finished it in 3 hours. It was so cute. Sure, never mind, I take it back. It's 400 pages, but it's so good. So good. It had me giggling and kicking my feet. It was so cute. I absolutely loved it. Reed, amazing. Violet, she's amazing as well. I loved her. I loved him. It's ex's rival, biggest rival, and it's so cute. So definitely go check this book out. The second book to the series is Grumpy Darling, which is his brother Grayson. I think it's his older brother Grayson, and he's so grumpy. He doesn't really like anybody except his girl best friend Paige, which there's a romance between them. He's liked her since they were in 3rd grade, and he loves her, and it's so cute. That one I definitely recommend, but definitely read this one first and see how you feel about it, and then get Grumpy Darling. Then their younger brother Parker, he's the funny, sarcastic kind of guy. His book is coming out in next year in March, I believe, so I want to pre-order it. So next up is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. You guys have probably heard about this book. Let me read you the blurb. Johnny Kavanaugh has everything going for him. On the rugby pitch, he's a force to be reckoned with, even plagued with a hidden injury. Everyone knows he's heading straight for the top, but that means there's no room for mistakes or distractions, not even the shy new girl at Tommen College, the one with the sad eyes and concealed bruises. He needs to stay focused, keep his cool, and not let anything get in the way of the bigger picture. Except before he knows it, the lonely girl has become his only picture. Life has never been so easy for Shannon Lynch. Bullied and tortured, she's arrived at Tommen College midway through the school year, praying for a fresh start and desperate to shake off the demons that plague her. But when she meets the notorious Johnny Kavanaugh on her first day, her plans to keep a low profile are at serious risk. As they fall into a complicated friendship and grapple with their undeniable chemistry, hidden pain and complicated secrets threaten to be their undoing. But Johnny won't give up on Shannon, no matter what it might cost them both. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It's a long book. 603 pages. Look how small the words are on this page. So this is a long book. I think the UK version is almost 1,000 pages. It's like this. I finished this in one day. It's really sad though, so this is a like trigger warning for this book. There is abuse, parental abuse mentioned. Her dad, Shannon Lynch's dad, like as you heard, she was bullied and tortured. So at the age of 4, everybody in her school determined, you know what, we hate her. So she's getting bullied, her hair cut off like really bad at school. So that's why she moves to Thomond College. This is an Irish book, so there are a bunch of phrases you won't understand. So primary school, there's secondary school, which is high school, first year to 6th year. First year is equivalent to 7th grade. Second year is 8th grade. Third year, 9th grade. Fourth year, or transition year, is equivalent to 10th grade. 5th year is 11th grade. And 6th year is 12th grade. Shannon is 15 and Johnny is 17. There's a whole glossary, a 2-page long glossary of all the words you need to know before starting this book. Next recommendation is Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. Growing up, Danny couldn't help but follow around the dorky and adorable son of her mom's best friend. From playdates on the playground to sneaking into movie theaters, Danny and Alec were inseparable until Danny moved away. Flash forward years later, and Danny is back in Minnesota after her parents' devastating divorce. Dealing with the fallout of her parents' breakup, Danny attempts to rekindle her friendship with the cozy and comforting Alec she has missed, and who has been strangely MIA since Danny moved away. But teenage Alec is nothing like the kid Danny remembers. He is the hockey star in a town where hockey players are worshipped like gods. Instead of little Danny following him around, Alec now has a line of fans drooling all over him, and he loves it. But when one thing leads to another, Danny and Alec find themselves thrown together to play the roles of boyfriend and girlfriend. Complicated becomes an understatement. Their fake relationship forces the duo to face their true feelings toward each other, along with the real reasons why they have been absent from each other's lives for so long. I loved this book so much. I will read anything Lynn Painter writes. This was so cute. There was yearning. There was some banter. It was amazing. I loved it. Can we talk about the Barnes & Noble date that he took her on? And then the icy hot scene, like the icy hot patch scene. There's a bonus content chapter in the Barnes & Noble exclusive with, I think it's Danny's POV of the icy hot patch scene. This is the, every day she would, at lunch, she would sit by herself, and every day he would go and sit with her. Next book is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. Hopefully you've heard about this book. It's Liz Buxbaum has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next door neighbor would be a prime candidate for her romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the only kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house. The monster who had hid a lawn gnome's severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones perfect for any big screen, and she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush Michael has just moved back to town, and horribly, annoyingly, he's hitting it off with Wes. Meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought after she knew about love, and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after should really look like. Look, the notebook scene is in the corner. The next book, 100% I promise, is my all-time favorite romance book of all time. 425 pages. I finished it in 2 days. I loved this book so much. Let me read you the blurb. The first time Bailey meets Charlie, he is the worst. While moving to Omaha after her parents' sudden divorce, Bailey finds herself trapped for 10 hours with a cynical and obnoxiously opinionated stranger, the polar opposite of her careful, well-behaved, cheery temperament. So imagine her surprise when years later, Charlie turns out to be her co-worker at her new job. But this time around, they find themselves talking comfortably and even laughing. Still, they agree they can't stand each other. And when they witness two of their co-workers flirting, their commentary on the moment spirals into a bet. Charlie insists that members of the opposite sex can't be just friends, and Bailey is determined to prove him wrong. Other than all their bickering and playful banter, Charlie works to deflect the feelings he's developed for Bailey. He is terrified to lose her if his crush becomes known. What doesn't help his agenda is Bailey and Charlie fake dating in order to disrupt the annoying pleasantries between Bailey's mom and her mom's new boyfriend. Soon, what Charlie was hoping to avoid becomes a reality as Bailey starts to see him as not only a friend, but someone who makes her hands shake and heart race. But Charlie has a secret that involves Bailey and another bet that Charlie may have made. Can the two make a real go of things, or has Charlie's secret doomed them before they can start? It was one of my first reads of the year. For some reason, I didn't introduce this book, but this one is one of my favorites. And it is Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. And I did rate this 5 stars because I'm way too generous with my ratings. I honestly rate it 4 stars. Let me read you the blurb. Today she hates him. It's the last day of senior year. Rowan Roth and Neil McNair have been bitter rivals for all of high school, clashing over test scores, student council elections, and even gym class pull-up contests. While Rowan, who secretly wants to write romance novels, is anxious about the future, she'd love to beat her infuriating academic nemesis one last time. Tonight, she puts up with him. When Neil is named valedictorian, Rowan only has one more chance at victory. Howl, a senior class game that takes them all over Seattle, a farewell tour of the city she loves. But after learning that a group of seniors is out to get them, she and Neil reluctantly decide to team up until they're the last players left. And then they'll destroy each other. As Rowan spends more time with Neil, she realizes he's much more than the awkward nerd she's sparred with for the past 4 years. And perhaps this boy she claims to despise might actually be the boy of her dreams. Tomorrow, maybe she's already fallen for him. And it is so cute. I just love this book so much. The author has noticed me on Instagram. I love her. She's amazing. When you finish a chapter, there's like emails and then there's like times. So it's like from 12 a.m. it starts till the next day. Let me see, where is this? And it is so funny. I love this book so much. 5:31 a.m. So I definitely go read this. I loved it. It was so cute. It was so like adventurous too because they do go all around Seattle. And it's so funny because shout out to my uncle, my Tío Adrian, and my Tía Iris and Diana. Tío Adrian and my Tía Iris were actually in Vlogmas Day 2 when we went to Miniso. But it's so funny because I read this book, which is obviously set in Seattle, when they went to Seattle. So I was like, you guys should read it. And guess what? They never did. So if you guys are watching this, go read this book. I promise. Go read this book right now. It was so funny. I'm like, guys, you guys are in Seattle? I'm literally reading a book that is based in Seattle. And they're like, oh, cool. I'm like, you guys should read it. And they never did. Next book. Okay, I keep saying this is one of my first romance books. All the first romance books I read were like my favorites because they were just so sentimental to me. So my broken rules, but this is the collector's edition. Cute sprayed edges, a photo of the characters. It's just adorable. And then the map of Martha's Vineyard, because this book is set in Martha's Vineyard. Let me tell you what it's about. When Meredith Fox lost her sister Claire 18 months ago, she shut everyone out, but this summer she's determined to join the world again. The annual family vacation to Martha's Vineyard seems like the perfect place to reconnect. Her entire extended family is gathering for a big summer wedding, and although Meredith is dateless after being unexpectedly dumped, she's excited to participate in the traditional Fox family game of assassin that will take place during the week of wedding festivities. Claire always loved the game, and Meredith is determined to honor her legacy. But when Meredith forms an alliance with a cute groomsman, she finds herself getting distracted. Meredith tries to focus on the game and win it for her sister, but she can't help falling for him. And as the week progresses, she realizes she's not only at risk of losing the game, but also her heart. This stunning must-have collector's edition. Okay. There's the Fox family tree. Andrew Wink, Beatrice Honey. Love them so much in this book. They were amazing. They were so funny. They're the grandparents. I actually really like this book, so go read it. All right. I only have 3 more book recommendations, so I hope you guys are really liking this video. The 7-Year Slip I read recently by Ashley Poston. I actually had it as a book club pick for me and my book club. Let me read you guys the blurb. Same place, different time. Sometimes the worst day of your life happens, and you have to figure out how to live after it. For Clementine West, that means burying her head in her work as a book publicist, being practical, and forgetting the silly things her beloved Aunt Analia taught her, like living wide and chasing the moon. Clementine would rather stay grounded and keep her heart safe. For the last 6 months, she's done just that. But when she moves into her late aunt's apartment and finds a strange man standing in the kitchen, a man with kind eyes, a southern drawl, and a taste for lemon pies, her well-laid plans begin to fall apart, because he's the type of man who, before it all, she would have fallen head over heels for. And she still might. Except he exists in the past. 7 years in the past, to be exact. And she quite literally lives 7 years in his future. Her aunt always said the apartment was a pinch in time, a place where moments blend like watercolors. She also said that love is never a matter of time, but a matter of timing. And Clementine fears she may be 7 years too late. I loved it so much. Definitely read this book. It is so interesting. It is so cute. I loved it. Super duper good. Go read this book. The next book is 9-book series, but it's good. I promise. I'm only on the 3rd book. No, I'm on the 4th book because I finished the 3rd book already. But it is The Inheritance Games. I love this series so much. This book is so good. It's so well thought out. I don't know how Jennifer Lynn Barnes thinks of these things. This book, it's so good. I finished it in a day because I did immersive reading for like 25% of it, and then the rest I did audiobook, and it was just so good. Go read The Inheritance Games. Let me read you the blurb real quick. Secret passages, elaborate riddles, billions at stake. Avery Grams has a plan for her better future: survive high school, win a scholarship, and get out. But her luck changes in an instant when billionaire Tobias Hawthorne dies and leaves her virtually his entire fortune. The only catch? Avery must move into a sprawling mansion full of secret passages, riddles, and codes. Unfortunately for Avery, Hawthorne House is also occupied by the family that was just distinguished. Where did I get distinguished from? Ow, owie, owie. I'm so sorry. My foot is like hurting so bad. By the way, I'm sitting down. Unfortunately for Avery, Hawthorne House is also occupied by the family that was just disinherited. This includes the 4 Hawthorne grandsons, dangerous, magnetic boys who grew up with every expectation that one day they would inherit billions. Heir apparent Grayson is convinced that Avery is a con woman, and he's determined to take her down, but his brother Jameson views her as their grandfather's last hurrah, a twisted riddle, a puzzle to be solved. Caught in a world of wealth and privilege with danger around every turn, Avery will have to play the game herself just to survive. It's so good. And did it say like the billionaire Tobias Hawthorne dies? She doesn't know him. Literally a stranger just gave her billions. I'll read this series. It is so good. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. My next recommendation is Heartless Hunter by Kristen Kikarelli. So good. This is one of my other recent reads. I did audiobook for this because it's really hard for me to get into a fantasy. It was a little bit hard to get into like the world and kind of know what was happening. This Enemies to Lovers doesn't get more high stakes than a witch and a witch hunter falling in love. On the night Rune's life changed forever, blood ran in the streets. Now, in the aftermath of a devastating revolution, witches have been diminished from powerful rulers to outcasts, ruthlessly hunted due to their wanting magic. And Rune must hide what she is. Spending her days pretending to be nothing more than a vapid young socialite, Rune spends her nights as the Crimson Moth, a witch vigilant to who rescues her kind from being purged. When a rescue goes wrong, she decides to throw the witch hunters off her scent and gain the intel she desperately needs by courting... what? I don't have socks here. What do you mean find your socks? Alright, let me finish this. I just have to finish this reading. When a rescue goes wrong, she decides to throw the witch hunters off her scent and gain the intel she desperately needs by courting the handsome Gideon Sharp. He's a notorious and unforgiving witch hunter, loyal to the revolution, and too late, Rune realizes she might be falling for him. Gideon loathes the decadence Rune represents, but when he learns the Crimson Moth has been using Rune's merchant ships to smuggle renegade witches out of the Republic, he inserts himself into her social circles by pretending to court her. He soon realizes that beneath her beauty and shallow facade is someone fiercely intelligent and tender who feels like his perfect match. Except, what if she's the very villain he's been hunting? This is so good. I loved it. There is a cliffhanger. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell if you guys enjoy videos like this. I appreciate you guys watching this video fully if you guys did. I would love to hear some feedback if you guys enjoy these videos. I have so many recommendations you guys do not understand. I also wanted to give a big shout out to my family and friends who are watching all my vlogmas videos. I appreciate you guys so much. I just wanted to give a quick story time. My cousin Junior, a few times he's called me like, hey Elise, like I'm watching your video, like it's so good, or I just finished watching your video, I loved it, like please make more. I'm like, thank you. So thank you, Junior. I appreciate the support so much. Thank you to everybody who comes from my personal Instagram and my book Instagram. It definitely means a lot to me that you guys are coming all the way from over there just to watch me. So I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a good day. Mwah. Bye guys. I'll see you guys in Vlogmas Day 6.